Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back with another video, and today we're going to take a walkthrough of my castle rebuild. We've used some mods for this. We've used the USO Unlocked Settlement Objects suite of mods, which is base game and all DLCs, which allows us to build more items than you normally can. We've used a mod called STS, which is Scrap That Settlement, which allows us to scrap things that we wouldn't normally be able to scrap. We've got a place anywhere mod called QWAPA, which allows us to place items where they shouldn't really go, and also to fix in place our junk items so they don't move around. We've also got Settler Sandbox expansion, which is supposed to help with the settlers' behaviour. There's a few other here and there as well, but those are the main ones that we've used for building. Right, so we're going to go and take a quick walk around the outside. We are getting a bit of haze. I think when we go inside I'll let off a clear weather shell, but we should be okay for now. So we'll have a quick scoot round the outside so you can see where we've repaired the walls and stuff. So we've done a big repair up there. We've used the we've actually just used the normal wooden foundations for this. I've found that they sort of give the best look all in all. I could have used the USO concrete blocks that have the pattern on, the stone pattern, which I have used for the entrance. You'll see when we go in the entrance, but I didn't want the whole thing to look sort of artificial like that, so we've tried to keep this build you know, relatively lore friendly, so it doesn't look too artificial. And we'll have a little look from this side as well. As you can see, we've managed to fill in this gap as well nicely. We'll go around the back here because this is where we have our wharf. So we'll have a little look around the wharf and then we'll continue around. I'll say on the wharf down here we've got our two water purifiers providing us with, I think, 80 water all in all. We've got a wharf all the way out to here. You know, people can come down and do a bit of fishing, and obviously they've got some life vests here just in case they fall in. Not everyone can swim. So yeah, that's our little wharf at the back here. It is accessible from the main castle interior via that walkway there, but we're going to hop over the side. Some more fish here, as you can see, just drying out, perhaps today's catch. We're going to hop over the side here and just carry on round the outside first. So around here we've built ourselves a Brahmin pen. There might be a Brahmin if we're lucky. Oh yes, we have a Brahmin here, and we have our two Brahmin troughs. These are part of the Unlock Settlement Objects, I think, or they're from the DLC Nuka World, something like that. Excuse me. But this is our little Brahmin pen. We've put up a chain link fence here and a little gate, decorated it with a few hay bales, and it's on the side of the castle that is you know, mostly surrounded by water, so you know, Brahmin should be safe in the event of an attack. So this is the main entrance. So as you can see, we have used some concrete pieces here that have the pattern on for a stone, castle stone, and it looks fine with just an entrance like this, but I didn't want to use that pattern everywhere that I filled in, because I think it would look a little bit too artificial. Anyway, we've just built ourselves a little extension onto the front here, which will allow us to put in a electric gate. So this is, if you've watched any of my builds, you'll know that most of them have two-way electric gates, entry and exit, to prevent, in the event of an attack, to prevent the raiders being able to gain access. So, moving into the main castle area. So, as we come through the entrance here, little security desk on the left. It is assigned, but no one sat there right now. So this was, I would imagine, where you would check in when you visit the castle. And we've got a little bit of a farm here with a few crops growing, and we've got some more crops in the corner over there. I think we've got 24 food at the moment. All the settlers here have been kitted out, or all the settlers that I can actually give clothes to have been kitted out with clothes that have been with a ballistic weave added to. So these settlers here have got the armoured farm hand clothes, which gives them a decent amount of survivability. So in the event of attack, hopefully we shouldn't lose too many settlers. And then moving into the main area. So we've made a little extension to this here just to make it more of a feature. This piece in the middle, you can't really scrap it. You can actually scrap that tower with the Scrap Anywhere mod, but it just looks dreadful because the wires stay there, and it's just, yeah, it's not good. And you can't scrap this actual wooden structure here. So what we've done is we've added onto it just to make it more of a feature. And one of the reasons we've added onto it is we have our clear weather mortar up here, our firework mortar with our clear weather change shells, just in case we do get some foul weather come in. And obviously we have our Minuteman here, you know,
I think we're really starting to make
having a smoke while he's on the radio. Plenty of dogs. I think we've got about 5 or 6 dogs on the place. I think we've got dog meat here as well. He might be hanging around somewhere. We might see him. He's wearing some armour. So anyway, let's go back to the beginning here. So coming in, here's our security desk on the left here. Now all of these items have been placed here using the Q-Upper Place Anywhere mod, which means that they can't be moved. So they can't be bumped by settlers, and in the event of an attack, also they won't move around. And all the weapons have also been fixed in place. So you know, it's more for effect than anything. You know, the settlers have got their own weapons. I mean, this is just to prevent them taking those weapons and, you know, ruining my display, everything in its place, etc. So yes, farm on the right here, central building, as I've explained, we've extended a little bit, and we have the bell there, and then we have a little table here. This is the unlock settlement objects table, stone table, which you're able to put a campfire on, which makes it look like a sort of, you know, little hangout in the middle of the castle. We will change the time. We will do a bit of sleeping, and you know, give you a tour at night as well, so you can see it at night. Over here on the left, we've got a couple of showers. These again are unlock settlement object showers. I think they're technically a chemical shower, but it's good enough for people that are living at the castle. This little corner here, we've put this corner here, so we've got some added stairs up to the top. Obviously the main stairs are the ones that are with the castle already, but we've added these up there, and we've just put a pillory up there, so if anyone annoys us too much, we can send them to the pillory. A little bit of a gym in the corner just for happiness, so, you know, a bench press and your pommel horse there. And then here we have our outdoor Minuteman market. So we've got 3 vendors here. We have a clothing vendor, and a bar, and a general vendor. Those will all add happiness to the settlements. The armour and weapons don't add any happiness, so I just went with these 3 vendors for now. And these vendors are also kitted out in armoured clothes, so they look smart, but they can take a bullet if they need to. So that's our clothing store, and obviously being a Minuteman market, they are selling the Minuteman memorabilia, and then a few other little clothes here, you know, for sale. Bar in the middle, as you would expect, just says sells normal bar stuff. Plenty of cats for happiness, so I've got at least 3 cats here. And then, you know, a kitted out bar in the back. It's fairly simple, but obviously it's an outdoor market, they wouldn't have too much on display. And then finally a general trader here, again with armoured clothes on. And a few market stall things out the back here. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be. I think it's just boxes of crap, to be honest with you. But you know, who knows? Somebody will buy them.
Howdy, General.
So that's our little Minuteman market. I'll pull back so you can see the whole thing. Right, I think the first place we will do is we will go and we'll go and do the ramparts first. I want to do all the ramparts and we'll do the inside afterwards. So heading up to the ramparts, we have our
so damn hungry.
cannon things, whatever, I forget what they're called now, artillery emplacements here. So we've got them on all 5 corners of the castle. And all of our guards are dressed in armoured Minutemen gear, so they are well protected as well.
All the soda you can drink.
And again, you know, we've put plenty of heavy weapon displays around. You know, in the event of an attack, we would like to think that the Minutemen would be picking these up, but as I've explained, these are fixed in place, so they shouldn't actually be able to pick them up. But you know, I wanted to give some look and feel to the place, so that's what we've done here. We've put a little overhang here so that people can look down and see what's attacking. We've scrapped most of the things that we could scrap, but we did have to put this walkway in here, and that's because the settlers' pathing meant that they tried to cut this corner off and they were always falling down there, so we just put a little extra walkway in, and then we ended up using it as an extra access point for the gantry, which is why we put this little corner in down there. Now I have used the QWAPA QWAPA place anywhere tool to allow me to place a lot of these things in place here. Some of them won't naturally fit, but we've got them in fairly seamlessly, I think. And again, along this edge we have some more emplacements here with guns and everything, and ability to look down at attackers. And again on this side. Oh, look at that! I have a Minuteman, or sorry, I have a settler who is not kitted out yet. At some point, I must give him some armoured Minutemen gear, because I'd like to have all of my guards dressed the same so I can identify them easily. So that's something that we have to do in the future. My apologies about that. And then along this side here, we have our stairway down to our wharf. So we've already had a look at the wharf from the ground side, but that's our wharf from the top. Nice little stairway. This is on the seaside, so I can't imagine that we'll have raiders coming up here in the event of an attack. They might do, but we do have some defences up here, and obviously plenty of guards around to take care of them. So that's the ramparts. Now we'll get into the interesting bit. Oh, while we're outside here, a couple of latrines on the outside as well. So haven't put a fancy bathroom in this one. You know, I like to think that this is a Minuteman rebuild, and you know, they're not quite as fussy about their bathroom behaviour as some of the other ex-vault dwellers. So we're going to have a look in the armoury first, which I'm calling the maintenance department. So just a bit of scrap here to you know, to fill it out. And Ronnie Shaw hanging out, having a cigarette. She seems to stand here quite a lot doing that. And then we've got our little maintenance area here, where we've got our power armour stand for maintaining our power armour and our workbenches. Robot bench, should we decide to build any robots. I don't have any robots here at the moment, but you know, should I have Codsworth or one of the others in tow as an NPC and I wanted to upgrade them, I could do that here. This here, chemistry station, is USO, so this unlocks settlements objects. So this functions as a chemistry station, but it's nice and small, so it allows us to fit it in there. And over here, when you do unlock the armory, there are some tables here, but you can't scrap these artillery supplies. You can take them, but you can't scrap them. So I've just sort of left them there and put the tables back under, because it gives a little bit of atmosphere. And then, well, we've got a fairly well-stocked display here of items and tools and spare parts and stuff like that you'd have in a maintenance department. Right, we're going to move through to the main part of the castle now. So as I mentioned, we've got 24 foods, so I think there's 18 over there, and there's six fruit trees here. Should we get above 24 settlers, I can plant some more and assign somebody to farm them. There's dog meat. There you go, good boy. Right, so at this end we have our castle bar. So this is one of the rooms that we cleared out, and we've turned it into a little bar area with some gaming machines and some one-armed bandits here for settler happiness. And obviously we've got our music turned to Diamond City Radio, and a display of alcohol and soft drinks, as you would expect in any bar, and a bar person there ready to serve them to us. So I'll pan round within the bar. The frame rate isn't too bad on this build. We did go over the size limit a little bit, but not quite as much as we have done in the past. Obviously we've got our gaming machines there, all of which are playable. And things like furniture, I've tried to keep the slightly distressed look. So this is this is them reclaiming bits and pieces and making a build out of it, rather than them getting the brand new stuff. There's one of our serveries, and we've got a couple of power armor displays here just for storing some power armor. So I keep them there without the cores in, so that they don't get taken by the settlers. And here we've just got a little overseer area with our Vault Tech management system in the corner, and some other consoles there just to sort of hide it and make it look legitimate. This terminal here is just a USO terminal. It doesn't really function very much, but it looks good, and it looks like this is the brains of the operation, so to speak. A couple of jail cells here for in case anyone has too many drinks on a Friday night and gets into a fight or something. Then obviously we can give them some time to cool off. That's if they haven't really transgressed and they we decide that they need to go up into the pillory up in the corner. So here is the first of our barrack rooms. So we've just got some basic beds and basic furniture in here. Again, I've used some of the distressed stuff and some of the newer stuff to try to give it a slightly more authentic feel. A little bit ropey with the wiring in here, but I needed to get power onto the walls for the lights, and yeah, it's I could have done a load of invisible wiring and stuff, but I think it would have been a bit complicated. So we've just done an internal wiring loop and gone into all of the rooms just to provide power for the lights and stuff. As you can see here, we have filled in the windows, and we filled in the windows there with, I believe it's a wooden wall that's been retextured with the castle stone, and then we've used our Place Anywhere mod to close that in. So moving down the main strip here, here's our little barber, and I find it quite amusing that our barber is bald as a coot, but there you go. I'm sure he can cut hair very well, even if he has none himself. And then moving down here is our clinic and our surgery. Our doctor's off somewhere, but there is a doctor that stands here normally. And there's our surgeon here who can, you know, change our face or whatever we need.
Everything hurts.
Again, we've got a USO, a chemistry station in here because they needed a sink. You know, oh, here's our doctor. Hello, doc. And then moving forward, we're going to move into the sort of dining area. So we've got some basic seating out here, nothing too fancy. And then moving into a little Slocum Joe's that we've built. So there's the actual Slocum Joe's through here. And here we've used some USO items just to build a little kitchenette. And we've placed a bar in there, so that bar has been glitched in so that somebody will stand there. Again, all of these items here have been placed using the Place Anywhere mod that allows us to fix things in place so that they won't be accidentally knocked over. And we've also got in here a coffee station that's been glitched in, which is functioning. So that's our little kitchenette where you might come and get a coffee or a slice of toast or something. And then here is the main Slocum Joe's outlet. So we've got a Slocum Joe's counter there with an assigned person, a little cooker out the back for cooking snacks and things. Obviously the donut display, a donut cooker, and then we have the Vault-Tec dispenser here, which we've glitched a Slocum Joe's counter over the top to so it looks sort of authentic.
This soda is like drinking sunshine.
And yeah, they're all getting high off the soda at the moment.
All the soda you can drink.
And then here is our final barracks room. Again, very similar to the other one, just with some distressed furniture and a few new items, just to give enough beds for the settlers. I think we have 24 or 26 beds, which is more settlers than we have at the moment. But should we get settlers numbers up, I can probably squeeze another bed in somewhere and increase the bed capacity. And then finally round the corner here we have our generator for the settlement. This provides 100 power, which is enough for everything. We don't have masses of power use on this particular build. Now we have done some invisible wiring, and you might just be able to see down there a few wires going through the floor. Sorry, I don't know if we can jump up here. I don't know if you can see. Now you can't quite see. Ah, yeah, there you go. So underneath this box is a conduit piece, and that conduit piece we've used the wiring glitch to wire through to our remote wired items. So that takes power through to the powered door. It takes power through to the radio, things like that. And I think it also takes power through to the main wiring loom for the building. So as you can see, we've got a wiring loom up here which we've glitched through, tried to keep it as discreet as possible. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of a sleep, and I will see you in a moment after I have slept for a few hours and we're at night time, and I'll give you a nighttime view of the castle as well. So we'll see you just in a little minute, and I think we'll get ourselves to at least sort of 2 o'clock in the morning. There we go. So, woken up fully rested, and we're now at night time. So we're going to have a little look at the castle from a nighttime perspective. Obviously, very much the same through here. Obviously we've put lighting in and tried to keep it fairly subdued. I don't want it too bright.
Yeah?
The bar, I think, looks quite nice of a night time. What's very weird in this game is that that the lighting inside changes when the lighting outside changes, so that is quite odd. But yes, I think at night time this looks quite pretty. As you can see there. So we're going to pop our heads out and we'll take a little look at the place from a night time. So there's our little nighttime market. We've just used some oil lamps here to give a little bit of atmosphere and put some proper lighting along the back there. And then obviously with our campfire it looks quite nice at night time. And then we've got our street lighting at the top. So we'll go up onto the ramparts and have a look down so that you can see the settlement from a height. In fact, let's pop down and set off a clear weather show. It is slightly hazy, and obviously want to be able to give you the full effect.
I better get back to the broadcast.
This is our delayed off switch, which will set off our mortar there. You can hear it going off, and that will clear up things nicely so we can see down. So as you can see, it looks quite nice. We've got our fire burning around there. Sometimes you'll find a settler sat down there having having a bit of a rest. And then on our ramparts we've got our street lighting. The street lighting on the ramparts acts as a wiring loom for the powered turrets. They're all laser turrets. Excuse me. They're all laser turrets. We haven't used missile turrets because I don't want the missiles to excuse me, inadvertently kill the settlers. Yes, so I must come back and excuse me, redress that fellow. And we've got a little bit of lighting down on the wharf down here as well, or the jetty, whatever you want to call it. Haven't put any lighting on the outside. It's a castle. We don't really want to attract attention down at ground level. So, yeah, everything's kept within the bounds of the castle walls itself.
Just another day in the Commonwealth, am I right?
The castle doors here, these are from the unlock settlement objects. Oh, hello. I just wanted to close those as you've opened them again. How rude. So yeah, we've put the castle back, I think, looking how it probably should look, or as close to authentic as it could be. And really that's the tour, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got much more to say on the build. I do hope that you've enjoyed this build, and it gives you some inspiration. If you do think that I've done anything wrong or can make any improvements, please drop me a comment underneath. And as ever, if you've enjoyed this content, please leave me a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It'll give me motivation to make more gaming videos. We've moved on to Fallout 4 at the moment, so we're doing a lot of settlement building, but who knows, I might pick up some other games in the future as well. Anyway, I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.